So here's the dilemma. I don't want too many ongoing big projects. I've got a big project in Eleanor, I've got the Morris Minor sitting there. Ed is my one to enjoy while I'm doing these restorations, and then he was going to get fully restored. That was the plans. This, like life, has thrown a spanner in the works. What I need to decide now is, do I move him on, sell him, get another mini to enjoy while I'm doing this, or do I patch him up, get him running because there's still a good bit of MOT on him, and to a level where I can enjoy him. It's going to cost a bit of time, bit of money, take him away from Eleanor for a bit. It's the kind of weather I want to enjoy him, and there's car shows and things coming up that I would like to take him to, or runs, you know. It's a big year for the mini, so what do I do, what do I do? Head sell, tails keep. There you go. Think it's fate? Do you think it's a sign? Yeah, I wasn't going to give up that easy. I'll give Ed a go, see how we get on, see what I find when I dig a bit deeper. But I'm not going to give up on him. I've been rearranging slightly here, getting the wall a bit more neat, get all the stuff I wanted up that I've been putting off for ages. The rest of the garage is like a bomb site. I've got bits for Eleanor, bits for Ed, bits for the Cooper S convertible, and I hate working in mess. I hate having half jobs done here, there, everywhere, so I'm going to make a run at it, try and get as much as I can so I can get this place tidied up and I can get back onto the boot floor for Eleanor. What have I been ordering? These are just Magnum repair panels because I'm not going to use the full panel for Ed, so the driver's side doorstep, I won't need the full length. I'll need to get it cut back, see where the good metal starts, and then I'll just basically use the part I need for that. Similarly, the A panel, just Magnum because I will be doing a fuller restoration a bit down the line. And when I replace the front end, basically this, I won't mind if I just cut this off. And I'll probably need more than this, but this is one of the passenger side rear quarter panel repair sections. I say quarter panel, I mean rear end repair sections for where the bumper mounts on. So I'm just going to bash on. The problem and frustration I'm having just now is room. It's raining again. We had a few days sunshine and then the rain's back, and you can't weld in the rain. Well, you can try, but you'd probably try once. So I've got enough room here, I've made enough room where I can get in. It's going to be tight working, but it's not ideal because I don't want to have to take Ed out the cover for the rain to get into the bits that are stripped bare at the moment. So it's not ideal, but I want to get on, I want to get ready for car shows, I want to be able to drive them, and it's so frustrating not being able to drive them, so I'm just going to get on. I'm going to stop moaning, I'm going to get on, and I'm going to snip in and out, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'm not going to show like for like repair because I'm trying to rush through it, and when you're videoing things you can't rush, it slows you down, and I'm wanting to get this done. I will be doing all the repairs I do on him at a later stage on Eleanor, which I'll show in a bit more detail then. So yeah, I'll get him in and I'll get started. It's not as simple as just cutting a bit off and welding a bit on. Because of what it is, I'm going to need to patch some bits. I'll show you as I'm going, but you're also going to need to remove carpets, doors, so there's a lot of stuff that's really awkward when you've got limited space to work with. So it should give me the settler I need. Not ideal to work with, the space, but is what it is. So yeah, the door's going to have to come off to get proper access, and to be honest, the A-panel's coming off, it's getting in my way, so yeah, it's getting cut off. So we get to see a bit more extent. A-panel's off, well, nearly. Door's off, and we can finally get some access into here. But obviously welding, cutting, this seat's going to have to come out. This side of the carpet's going to have to be moved. But if you watched my Bingley Hall video, you will know that I've got another carpet to go in there, so that's getting ditched anyway. But I do know there's more repairs needed at the bottom of here. And to be honest, once I get deep into it, I'll get access and I'll get all that done. But for now, I'm just going to get the seat unbolted, moved, carpet back, and then I can start getting this paint off and see how deep the rot goes. I'm sure these carpets are supposed to be stuck down. There's quite a lot of dust in here. It's from all the cutting I've been doing. Like I say, I'm not too fussed about this. It is getting replaced. Well, it's stuck in some places. It's always worrying pulling up a mini carpet, as all you guys out there will know what's underneath. What's underneath? Well, you know what? I've just found a penny. I'm going to take that as a lucky penny, and I'm going to be positive, because what I'm seeing here anyway looks brilliant compared to some minis I've seen. Really good condition, first glance. But like I say, all of this is coming out. I'm moving to the side just now, and when I get to fitting the carpet stage, I will rip the whole lot off. I'm just kind of focusing on the sill just now, because this stuff here, can you imagine that? That would love to go on fire. Floor is really solid. I'm really impressed. Apart from the couple of bits here, I've got to take the seatbelt off to get in and repair, but I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing underneath. Surprised and impressed. I always knew it was a good shell, but when I seen the rot, I thought, well, how far is the body kit taking it? But no. Let's keep going and see how more impressed I can be. I'm going to have to get this seatbelt off, and then that'll be all the carpet out of the way pretty much. Right guys, again dipping in and out because I want to get on with this. Here we go. It's out. I know exactly this bit's needing replaced here, repaired here, but luckily it only goes to here. Same with this bit here, it's solid up here. It is mainly the step. A few repairs here on the outer sill, but I'll look at that when I get a bit closer. From what I've taken off on the inner arch so far, again I don't want to jinx it, that's one of the best conditions I've seen for an inner arch, so I'm really pleased with what I've found so far, and this lucky penny is going to keep me going for the rest of the day. So like I say, I'm not going to cover it in any detail this, all I'm going to do is do a little before shot here and then I'm going to come back once I've done quite a few hours, I'd imagine, cutting, grinding, spot welding, primer, paint, etc. I'm about an hour and a half on, so I've got most of the, well, I've got all of the doorstep wrought out, as you can see. Bits and pieces here need tidied up and fixed, but I can do I can focus on the doorstep just now, get it clamped in here, get it welded on everywhere else. That just gives it extra strength before I go and looking at removing sills, etc. The floor, I knew this was a problem a little while ago because I was getting leaks, and it was sealed to keep the leaks out short term, but obviously there's quite a decent sized hole here that's going to need fixed. All in all, I'm happy with the floor. There's going to be a few bits around here once this is all cleaned off, but again, I don't want to just jump into that straight away because I want to focus on the doorstep just now. So the doorstep I've got comes up to, I did mark it, but it's rubbed off about here, and it goes all the way back here, but I'm only removing the bad metal. There's no point removing good metal and starting to damage stuff underneath. I've been around these bits with rust treatment. I'm going to give this a coat of wax oil before I obviously look at anything else. Acid etch on here, and I'm going to do the same on the bottom of the step. I'm going to get it all cut to shape, clamped in, spot welded, except for this bit because I need to come back and do that bit. I obviously need a repair here. As you can see, the rot stopped just in line with the reinforcement plate for the seat belt. So yeah, it's scary when you look at it how it is, because this is the good car. Eleanor's in worse shape, but all in all, I'm actually quite pleased with what's underneath, because I've seen so many minis now and I've seen some of the rotten. Yeah, this is one of the better ones. Right, I'm going to disappear again, do some more work, and then I'll come back in when I've got another update for you. So here I am on day 4 and 15 hours in so far. What have I done so far? Let's have a look. So I've got the new step tacked in, spot welded in, filled, sand, painted, and I've said before, it's not the prettiest. I don't want a show car, I want a safe working car. So this is the new step at the moment. This has been matched paint wise. Again, the arches will cover this, and yeah, I'm never going to get it ideal until it's fully proper done. Underneath that stone chip, that will be painted in British Racing Green once it's dried. Done repairs on this section here, and the bottom section here, courtesy of a donor valance from Eleanor. But again, not the prettiest. Welded in the different layers, and that's going to be covered with the bumper. On this side there's still more work. This is just very rough. I need to finish off obviously the bottom outer sill. The front is still, I'm leaving that till last. It's obviously going to be the most panels and the biggest one. What my plan is today is to get into this, get all this cut back to see actually how big this hole is, how many panels it goes into, and the plan is to do it from the underside. Rust gone and a bigger hole. It's not too bad actually, doesn't go as deep as I thought. The inner wing is solid. This has had a previous repair here, you can see the seam welding here, but it's obviously been not treated properly and it's rusting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat inside here, and I'm going to cut out a panel to get this patch welded in. Luckily I had one of these kicking about, so basically yeah, I'll just cut this section here and get it welded in. So good news and bad news. Good news, this panel has been replaced. This stuff here is brushable seam sealer that's on, just to make it look a bit tidier and just to make sure it's absolutely sealed. I will do the same underneath once the underneath has been dressed a bit better. So The welds weren't the prettiest, very solid, lots of penetration and there's no holes at all, but they weren't the prettiest. Crown back, but not to a level where I want perfection because, as I says, I'm trying to get through this to get the car back on the road. So, good news. The bad news, which you can probably see around here. Yeah, when I was welding here I started to hear that lovely fizzing metal noise. I was like, So, screwdriver, tap, 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 tap. And yeah, before you know it. Basically it's rotated from underneath where the outer sill is. The rest that I've been over, fingers crossed, is solid. I've poked away to all I can. I'm obviously going to get the flap disc and get all this off to reveal the good metal, and I'm going to do another patch in there unless I find any further metal around here. Then I'll need to rethink, but if it is just this, a patch again will do just now, and obviously that's not taking into account what I need to do underneath with the outer sill, etc. But bit by bit I am getting him back to where he should be. I have to say, when I found this hole, I turned round and I kid you not, this lucky penny was lying outside the car. I've put the penny back in and I found no more holes, so believe in superstition or not, but this is never leaving this car again. And look what else I found. There we go. Actually it's an old pound, so it's not legal tender anymore, but that means I got the car slightly cheaper than what I thought. So yeah, I've been tinkering away here fighting this welding and rain don't mix. I've been coming out, doing it when I can, running back in with the welder. You know, it's just constantly fighting the weather, and it's frustrating to say the least. But yeah, well let's go back inside the garage now. I'm going to get the cover back on just now before the next downpour comes. Right, we'll call that a day there for that one. I'm getting there slowly. I'm looking, this video's been spread over about 4 or 5 days worth of work on Ed, and roughly about 20-21 hours worth of work. So it takes time. You can't cut corners, you can't rush it, and I wouldn't anyway. But you see there, I'm bound by the weather. The one disappointing thing I am really disappointed is that there's no way I'm going to get it ready for the Thistle run this year. It's in a few weeks time now, and yeah, it's a bit sad because I'll need to take the BMW Mini with me, and there's nothing like taking a classic Mini to a show, so can't be helped. If it needs done properly, it needs done properly. I have been to look at a few other Minis up here, as I do anyway, but they're either overpriced, rust buckets, or there's actually been 2 that I've been really keen on, and they're just going like that. They're really selling quick just now. I don't know if it's the Mini's 60th year or if it's just they're getting more rarer, nicer weather, people looking for them, but up here they're selling really fast, if they're worth it. There's a few that are a bit pricey and they're like, if they were slightly cheaper maybe, but so the title of the video, is this the end for Ed? No, nah. All of your comments on the last video were all the same. Patch them up, enjoy them, get back into Eleanor and enjoy them until they can be fully restored. And like everyone, you get doubts, you get demotivated, you think, oh, this is, you know, when you get tired you start to think, oh, what else can I do? You look for a sort of quick fix, but at the end of the day, like most of the guys in the last video says, you would regret it. I would be one of these people 2-3 years down the line thinking, who's got Ed? Well, I'll try and get him. And you know, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it on the forums. I've seen it on social media. People looking for cars they've sold. So no, this is not the end for Ed. I'll carry on. I'm quite busy the next 2-3 weeks. I've got a few things on. I've got hopefully some nice car shows to go to, but I've got other things out with cars I need to try and take care of. So there's not going to be as many videos, if any, for the next 2-3 weeks till I get back into it. You know that when I do stuff on it, that I'll upload footage for you guys. I enjoy doing it. So yeah, so a little break from the videos and from the cars, and then I'll be itching to get back. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.